Hey everyone, Josh here from Adventure Bound, building this camper trailer. It's now in storage, so it's offering a little bit more, let's say, challenges with the space, but it's nice and dry, and we've just finished the sanding. Spent a lot of time sanding this thing down. It's not perfect by any means, but that's okay. That's okay with me. Fiberglass is bought and ready to go, just about to start cutting it, but let me give you a little tour around. You're just gonna have to excuse the tight gaps. So, she's in storage. She's nice and dry for the winter. We're gonna put a tongue box on here. This is the prototype, the old one. And this, if you watch the previous video, is the slide out drawer system that will go into the, this will be the kitchen. This side is all sealed up, so there's no point in going down there yet. I'm gonna take you down this side to where the entry would be. The unfortunate about this place is that, because of the door height, I had to take the axle off. That was a bit of a challenge, but there we go. So, excuse the mess, but everything is gonna have rigid foam on. And then this cabinetry up here, I'll have some nice frontages to it, some nice doors. Those will lift up for, you know, lightweight storage in the back. I don't want to put too much weight in there. And then it'll just be a platform bed, and all of the utilities will be underneath this. So there'll be a big water tank in the middle. Excuse me, the dust got to me there. And then in this section we'll have all the electrical components. I still don't know whether I'm going to put the pump on that side or the pump on this side. Basically, it's just where things fit is where it'll go. And then that kitchen that we showed you at the front will be right at the front. So that'll be a drawer system. It'll come through the wall. And then in here, that'll then extend out with an awning up top. I'm thinking about maybe a 270, 360 awning. It all depends on how I can get past the angles at the front and at the back. But there'll be an awning off this side with that kitchen. You imagine you're just, you know, creating your little zone to camp in. And then back to the bed again. So we'll have that unit coming out the front. Excuse me, this dust is getting to me. And then we'll have the water tank, and then we'll have 3 separate drawers that extend out into this galleyway, which is where you can stand up, get changed and whatnot. Nice big window here, and then there'll be another window just at this side. This framing here is for like an escape hatch type idea. So we have 2 points of exit. Again, we'll put a fan in the roof, and then around the back, again, it's pretty tight in here, but this will be the galley. Apparently right now it's the storage for all the tools and whatnot, but this will be a nice countertop. There'll be a sink to this side, and then we're gonna put a heater, so a diesel heater will go underneath this cabinetry here and then blow into the cab. The reason why I've put it there is just so I've got a quicker exit to the back for the exhaust. I wanted it close to the door because I assume that that's going to be like one of those problem areas for all of the air getting in and the coldness and the drafts and whatnot. Of course we're going to seal it, and I'll do my best to do that, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of learning and making this up as I go along. This door will be just a big hatch door that comes up and swings up, so it will give you a bit of shelter, which is why I'm thinking of, you know, a 270 awning coming around the back would be great, but maybe I don't need it with that being there. These are just going to be some nice cupboards for cutlery and whatnot, just storage. And then you might be thinking, what's that box? Well, if I can fit and film around this side, it's going to be another door. So there'll be a hatch here, and as you can read probably, that's the shower. So we're going to have a on-demand water heater that's going to sit in there with a shower head, and then off this side of the camper, which offers privacy from the other side, we'll be putting either something with like a drop-down curtain or one of those portable ones. We haven't decided yet. But yeah, decided to start building this beautiful little number. at the start of COVID, so March time, I think. Started off as a rusty old farm trailer, and then I stripped all that down, made sure the metal was decent. I upgraded the axles to a 3,500 pound axle, and then put some nice, decent, beefy tires on, which you might have seen from that last shot, but let's quickly go over there. Just put some aggressive tires on. That's just to suppress my overlanding needs. And then you might be wondering what these beams are. So these are just braces at the moment to stop any fluctuation within that wood, but I'm getting ready for that fiberglassing. So what I'm trying to do is make just a slight arc in that roof for when we put the fiberglassing on. Once that sets, those beams will get removed, and hopefully it'll just be set with an ever so slight arc to let that water run off. I'm not really too worried about that, to be honest. It's over-engineered. There's framing everywhere. And it's just because I want it to be a sturdy camper. Yeah. It's good fun building this. Keeps me busy. I mean, I'm pretty busy anyway, but... So we'll have that, and then it'll tow this jack. We're gonna change this jack. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna, instead of being a top wind, I'm gonna get the one that's a front wind, so I can extend this box and make it the full distance, which actually gives me just enough room for a ARB fridge, which is perfect. That'll be on a slider that comes out, so it doesn't have to impede any of the interior space, which will be great. The spare tire will be mounted on top of that box, so you imagine there'll be a box up yay high, nice tire on the front. Hopefully that'll give it some decent ergonomics down the road, but there we have it. So from the last video, a lot more finished. It's building up well. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not a carpenter by any means. If I don't know it, I YouTube it. And yeah, we're just building this out and seeing where we get to. The idea is to be a nice camping trailer with a little bit of off-road capability. I'm not too worried about going up the gnarliest mountain with it. Of course, it's really tall, but it's kind of our upgrade from camping. Plus, I've always wanted to build one. All right, join us on the next one, and I hope you're adventure bound.